into it. Hi.
How you doing?
This is Lori.
This is Peter.
And we're with Action Heroes LA, a subsidiary of Heroes Character Rental Service, if you didn't know, with our latest review of Everything,
Everywhere,
All
at Once.
Wow, check us out. Yes, this is the latest film. I don't know if it's the latest film by anybody, but
Yeah,
it's new to me. Anyway, this film stars my all-time favorite, Michelle Yeoh. So I suggested this movie, of course, because Michelle Yeoh is in it.
Yes.
And it was getting some interesting buzz. So Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Hsu, sorry for the pronunciation, I apologize. Ki Quan, who is interesting because he's returning to acting. He was short round in the Indiana Jones films in the 80s, and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and also in the Goonies. He was one of the characters in the Goonies. And then
he looks so different now.
Yeah, he's old. He's older.
Yeah, that's it.
He's old. Also in this movie is Jamie Lee Curtis. So this, I don't know if I can explain what this movie is. Maybe so.
It's about multiverse.
It is a multiverse. I wanted to say we went to see a multiverse movie this weekend, and it wasn't Doctor Strange.
No.
Everybody else was in Doctor Strange, but we snuck off and decided to see this because I wanted to see. It's been out for a few weeks. I wanted to check it out because I've heard some good word of mouth. And of course, Michelle Yeoh, I'm gonna, And this is directed by the Daniels, who are two guys, Daniel Quan and Daniel Scheinert.
And the Russos, too.
And the Russos, I think, produced it. So
Okay.
the Russos from the Marvel movies.
Yes.
Which ones did they? They did a few. They did
a few, I know.
Did they do
didn't
Endgame? I forget. They've done a few Marvel movies.
I'm not sure.
They also did the show Community, which is a favorite
Yes.
show of mine as well, which was from way back. But anyway, so this is a very interesting movie. It's another A24 production. Last year, we were blown away by The Green Knight, which was also an A24 film.
Right.
And so we knew going in, I knew it was going to be weird, but hopefully weird in a good way.
Yes.
And for me, it was.
It was, and one of the things that I took from this was the way that they portrayed and the way that they explained multiverse.
Yeah. I love their concept of the multiverse.
Right.
So anyway, Michelle Yeoh's character is named Evelyn. She's an immigrant. She and her husband run a laundromat, and they have a daughter, a grown daughter. Their daughter is lesbian and is in a relationship, and their life is miserable. They're having tax trouble. With Jamie Lee Curtis is the tax auditor after them, and what happens? I don't even know how to explain it. At some point, Evelyn finds out about the multiverse, that any number of I don't know how to explain it now.
Well, the thing I know from what I saw, which was kind of great, was once they got on the elevator.
Yeah.
And her husband.
Yeah.
Was trying to explain to her.
That she was different people in different universes, and they needed her. There was something that happened in these multiverses that they needed her to kind of like come into her
come into her
home in order to save them.
Yes.
And what it is like in the multiple universes, she's the only people who kind of figured out these multiple universes and how to connect to all her personalities.
Right.
At that.
And maybe even bring one in or do a crossover. Right. Because you need that person for this universe.
So she's figured out how to jump into different lifetimes, different lives, and she's taught this to like her husband in the different in the Alpha universe. They have an Alpha universe where, and then there's a few people, but there's a problem. Her daughter she pushed too far in teaching her these methods, and her daughter is kind of going around trying to destroy all these people. So it was a very interesting, different, unique concept.
It really was.
And kind of really another thing, like sequenced out and stuff. It's like, you know what? This is insane and crazy, but it makes sense to me. And it kind of touches on, like I said, we talked about it afterward, and I don't want to talk too much. But let me go. What did you think of the film before we get into like the philosophy?
I really loved all of the actors and actresses in
everybody was,
because everybody brought something to it.
Yeah.
Even Jamie Lee Curtis, when she was the more or less the get off my lawn type person.
Right.
It was just wow. It was crazy. I really enjoyed the movie. I maybe about 60% understood it.
Okay. That's fair.
It was like, okay, I'm there. I see what's going on. But other times it was just,
it's insane.
I was a spectator.
You're a spectator, just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
It leads you to, you understand just enough. I mean, this movie it's all over the place, but it leads you with just enough that you understand most of what's going on. Even when stuff goes like, well, what the hell is this? Then you're back on track. I was like, oh, okay. And it's didn't expect of it. It's frenetic. I didn't expect it to be so much of a martial arts movie either. I know Michelle Yeoh is in it, but she's done a lot of stuff, especially Hollywood stuff. Like, she's done a lot of dramas, none of the martial arts scenes. I expected there to be a little of that in there, but this is like got a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that Jamie Lee Curtis knew martial arts.
Oh, she does. I'm sure they train for stuff like that if they want to do some scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty much a martial arts film, but unlike any other. And I've seen some crazy ones, but
and this was a good one.
It was a good one, yeah, and it was very unexpected. I was like, yeah, well, if you're gonna do a movie like this with a lot of martial arts, you gotta get Michelle Yeoh for it. But yeah, so that was really shocking to me how much of that was in there, and it's very philosophical, which I love that kind of shit, and very funny. In fact, I knew there was going to be a certain, like, I don't like bathroom humor, like butt humor. I don't like.
Speaking of that,
no spoil. Oh no!
Hold on, I'm gonna get my.
What are you doing? You don't have hot dog fingers in there, do you?
No, but I wanted to give you a try. There is no bathroom humor here.
Get that out of here. And that's what I wanted to bring up. I don't typically like bathroom humor, but there is, and I heard about there was going to be some in this movie, and I was dreading it. I was doubled over laughing. I haven't doubled over and laughed in a movie, and I can't remember when. It was so funny. It was hilarious. It was probably the funniest part of the film for me, and one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So, like just now, you just even referenced it, and so I mean, kudos to the Daniels for like, being able to pull that off.
I have never seen security guards like this before.
So this movie is very unique. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's silly. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. I do like absurd humor. Just off the wall, out of the blue.
Oh, and it was.
And it was, but at the same time, you were able to follow along the more philosophical elements. I'm like, you know what? something about that kind of gets to me. That I think of stuff like that. I think of I wonder about things like that, and they kind of explore some of those, some of the more philosophical stuff or the multi-universe possibilities that cross my mind and things. So.
And you know what? I think that they had a conflict within it, because I could have swore to God that some of the fight scenes and some of the things that they were doing, they could have had more rap music in there.
Why?
with the dangling and the jiggling and everything. Oh, that would have been perfect.
What? Oh God. I don't know what that's about, but anyway. So, any other thoughts about it was Everything Everywhere All at Once? Appropriate title, because it pretty much that describes this movie.
Yeah, because Everything Everywhere, Jamie Lee Curtis still has a nice rack.
Okay. Gotta love Jamie Lee Curtis for playing against,
And then All at Once, she also had a...
She had a little support of that rack, and won't tell me there. But,
But she was an award winner.
She was an award winner.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, she was. Holy crap. This movie, man. Now, comparatively, I think about it, I really enjoyed the film. It's getting quite some hype. I don't know if it quite lived up to the hype I heard for it. Like I said, it was a little too long.
Yes.
It was another one that when it's, wrapping up, I'm like, okay, I can see what point you're getting to. Say it, please.
Yes.
Let's say it. Let's get to it. I think I know where you're going with this, but then it kept going. It just kept going and stuff but so I thought it was a little too long. But still a really enjoyable film. It wasn't maybe as deep an experience as The Green Knight was for me.
No, it wasn't.
But I, this is somebody, reaching for the bleachers, aiming for the bleachers and getting damn close.
And I just did not like that it went on for so long.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to find some more time to go and see it again.
Go see it again. Yeah, we saw this in the movie theater. It's in the movie theaters right now. It's the first movie I've seen in a while in the theater. And even though when we got there, it had a couple people in our seats. We had to, politely tell them to move. And then they proceeded to talk through half the film.
Yes. Until
my favorite scene came up and they got up and left, which was awesome. So anyway, that's any other final thoughts on this? Oh, I do. There was kind of an interesting scene. You mentioned something yesterday about at one point, and this is one thing that didn't work for me because I think Michelle Yeoh's character is supposed to be completely unlikable, but maybe it's me because I love Michelle Yeoh, but I didn't find her kind of like this miserable, terrible, kind of horrible woman. But at some point, she does say something to her husband. She finds out her life would have been better without him. Would have been a lot better. In fact, she would have been Michelle Yeoh, which was hilarious. It's if she hadn't married the guy,
right?
And but you talk about and you said that upset you.
Yes. Because I thought it was quite nasty the way she brought it up.
Yeah, she was pretty like,
I would be better without you. But then it went back to that, and she was like in the high life again. Yeah,
they flash to her life. They go to her life where she is. She's a huge martial arts movie star, and she's at this premiere of her movie and stuff, and she meets her husband who's
actually
doing better without her.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, you're doing better without me. Yeah. I'm doing better without you.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why I thought of that because you said that, and also because the way they filmed those scenes was very much like a Wong Kar-wai movie, and I like that. That was a nice kind of like Easter egg for I like I like one called Ryan movie, so it was kind of like, oh, look at that. They filmed that like with his usual touches. But anyway, it was a fun little scene for me.
It
but
was.
yeah. So anyway, Everything Everywhere All at Once is still in movie theaters. It's one of the few movies where everything has been dropped. You know, movies come out the next week, they drop, you know, and percentage of people going to see it. This one's been ticking up.
Well, that's actually
Yeah,
good.
there's been
That's
really good word of mouth on this. You know, it's like, can I recommend this?
Well, I'm like
It's
on
like,
the fence.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's a good little movie, but I don't know if people will be like, what the hell is going on in this thing? It was like The Green Knight was the same way. It's like I love this movie, but I don't think I can recommend it, and I kind of feel this way about this. If you're ready just for like insane, kind of really chaotic pace, and just crazy, absurd stuff happening, and you like this philosophical thoughts about multiverses, go see this.
Yes.
You know, it's a lot to check off on your list, and it's very funny as well. But you know,
I like her dad.
oh, that's right, James Hong is in this.
Yeah.
This guy, I forgot. So James Hong, legend. He's been in so many things. He was in Chinatown, dude.
He was in Chinatown?
He was in Chinatown. The movie Chinatown, way back. And he's been, I think he started in, what's it, Flower Drum Song? He might have been way back in the 60s. And so he's been in so many movies for so long. He's a Hollywood legend. It's like when they need an old Asian guy, they get James Hong. They do.
Yeah, and you know what? I know he
was in China too. Anyway.
And
that's what I'm
he just doesn't really look old.
Yeah.
It's like he has to play old.
Yeah. I wonder, yeah. I'm sure he's up there now, but he's been playing old for like about 40 years now, probably 30 or 40 years, I think.
Well, he's damn good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a legend.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Everything Everywhere All at Once is in movie theaters still. I dare you to check it out and let us know what you think in the comments.
That's a good way to go.
I dare you to go see this movie.
In fact, I got a... No.
Get an award for you if you go see it. Anyway, we out like... I'm not even going there.
Yeah.
We out, y'all.
Just
Check it out
see it.
and then let us know what you think in the comments. Bye.
Bye-bye.